Yeah. What's up? What's good? What's poppin'? What's cracking? What's percolating? What's really good? In the hood, it is your man Theo Butler. It's Friday. It's Friday. Just got paid. No, I did. No, I did. No, I did. That we don't care about that. We in here this evening. We are talking about Brian Hill's Illuminati, if you will. Ultimate Black Panther. The entire 24 issue run. Yeah, we're gonna break it down. We're gonna break it down. We're gonna break it down into 4 nice segments, if you will, 4 nice chapters and everything like that. You read it? I hope you read it. I read it. I know some of us got some feelings. I know, but I found some good stuff in the 24 issue run and everything like that. There, I did. I ain't finna act like that. I ain't finna act like that. So I felt like what we could do before we get into what a week it was Wednesday. That's Wednesday. I'm so discombobulated. I figured what we could do before we get into the Friday night vibe. There you go. there you go. The Friday night vibe, if you will. Yeah, we lie. We lie. So folks just got to pull up. So yeah. I figure we go ahead and nuck if you buck, if you will. Go ahead and get this on out the way. Besides, I need some time. I need video time. I'll be putting all them short videos. Hopefully you're enjoying the short videos and everything, if you will. But yeah, we got Brian Hill, Illuminati, 24 issues. We're gonna do 6 issues per chapter. Right. Break that thing on down. Break it on down. Break it on down. Yeah. We're gonna do it like that. We're gonna do it like that. Right. I'm gonna have to. Should I? Cause I have some space on the wall. That's gonna be. You know what I think I'm gonna do? I think what I'm gonna do is, but I'm gonna put the first 12 issues up there on the wall and everything like that, because that's a nice run. I know folks feel some type of way, but I happen to like the run. It was a decent run. It was a bit dead. I was thinking about this the other day. I said, that wasn't a bad run compared to JR. What? That wasn't a bad run compared to Benjamin Percy. It wasn't. It wasn't. I was going down the list. I like, and since I kept reading it, it couldn't have been on the same level as One World to Come. See where I'm at? See where I'm at? So I'm able to sit there and say, okay, well, he did keep my attention. All 24 issues. He did. So I see we got one person. One that really ain't enough to have fun. It really ain't. And I know folk gonna be like, man, I wish notifications ain't on. Cause I ain't in here. I'm in here for a good time, not for a long time. So once we get to, we gonna make it do what it's gonna do. Yeah. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and do this because I got this other device. There go Grand Madam Tarot. She in the building. Grand Madam that pulled up. Yeah, we get 2. We gonna make it do what it's gonna do. Oh, there 2. That's 2. Oh, there, here we go. We got 2. We got a crew. So Brian Illuminatis. That's what they call it. Illuminati. I like that. 24 issue. Ultimate Black Panther. What was the synopsis? Anybody remember? Gonna be a child. We was looking forward to that child. We've been looking forward to that child for a long time. There was gonna be a traitor. Yeah, we got the traitor. We got it. But I think that was about the synopsis. You know what? Let me do this. Let me do this because I can do this right. I know, because you know what? Let me go to. Say Theo. No, just let me do this real quick. Let me go over here yonder. Comics this week. Yeah, comics this week. Let me type this in here. League of Comic Geeks. Shout out to League of Comic Geeks. What's going on, Steezer? What's going on? D. Steezer been put. Y'all see the work D. Steezer been putting in? Look at him. It's a 2-man effort. Kamoyo generates the photo. Steezer generates the animation. The only thing I can take credit for is being in the photo. That's it. Man, y'all making it do what it's gonna do with that, man. I love that, man. Y'all got, I don't want to say speechless, but yeah. And the one y'all just did, me and Daryl on the set, on the Friday Night Vibe set, manifested. Y'all doing y'all thing. The ultimate Black Panther. Let's see here. I appreciate y'all pulling up. We in here for a good time, not to be confused with a long time. No, we're not. And we're gonna go back to let's look at this premise. I want to get the premise of issue 1. That's what I want. I want to go all the way back to the premise. Y'all like, Phil? No. The new Ultimate Black Panther. In the wake of Ultimate Invasion, Khonshu and Raw. Can we really say Raw? Because I really feel like Raw just got caught up in his brother's nonsense. Like, I don't think he deserved to be locked up with his brother, but we talk about it. The Force, known together as Moon Knight, are seeking to expand their brutal control of the continent of Africa. In response, the lone bulwark, I gotta look that word up. Bulwark? All right. Look that on up, man. First time I done used that. The lone bulwark against them, the isolated nation of Wakanda, will send forth its champion, its king, the Black Panther. Got an exclamation point right there. From the creative minds of Brian Hill, Blade, Killmonger, I did. Hey, come on now. And Stefano Caselli, X-Men Red Avengers, you did that. Comes a bold new take on the bold, it's true. Bold new take on the world of Black Panther and Wakanda. That's the premise. That's what I got. That's what I got. Now the question I gotta ask myself as a reader, did I get what I was told? All right. I appreciate y'all putting up and everything like that. If y'all could, go ahead and hit that like button. If you don't mind. I have a tendency to, folks to forget. That's all I'm gonna say, folks forget. So we got quite a few. We got this Black Panther right here. Yeah. Went on again and got a different cover, if you will. Ultimate Black Panther. Issues 1, 2, 3. I said we're gonna do this in 4 chapters, right? So as not to overwhelm ourselves and everything. Anybody remember what we got in issue 1? Besides somebody being deleted. That's crazy. I don't mean to do that. No, I'm just T'Chaka. Cause it's a mantle. Y'all got a story. We got a story, regardless of what universe it is, with T'Chaka doing something as the Black Panther. I got a Zooty, Flags of Our Fathers, Reginald Hudlin. I got that 4-issue run. We got anything with T'Chaka? Because I got him being deleted in Fantastic Four 52. I got him being deleted. Reginald Hudlin's cartoon based off his series. I got him being deleted. I got him being deleted in the MCU. Yeah. I don't see him do a damn thing in the MCU except delete. I'm still trying to figure out who that was. Folks gonna tell me that was his brother. I don't know who the hell Njobu is, but okay. But that's it. And then with Brian Hill, I got him talking to T'Challa. Father-son moment, if you will. Telling his son, hey, you need to go chop it up with the Vodou Khan. You need to. He take his father's advice. He does that. He got a wife, Okoye. How did we feel about it? Now, first of all, hold on. Mr. Caselli, first of all, you can't say you dislike this whole damn series. No, we got to give it up to Stefano Caselli. His character design, his overall artwork. No. We have got to give it up for Stefano Caselli. We don't do nothing else. We will. We got to give it up for Stefano Caselli. Because damn, his Okoye. Like, I just think I don't know who Stefano Caselli is, but I'm gonna say we need to give him credit for understanding our hairstyles. Like, I hold on, let me do this right here, because I'm saying I don't know who he is. I can go find this right here, because we talk about representation all the daggum time on this channel and on my brother's channel. Hold on, let me take a look at Stefano Caselli real estate. Hold on, Stefano, hold on, Stefano. Stefano Caselli. I don't need that. Just show me who Stefano Caselli is. Just show me who he is. Oh man, he is to be commended. First of all, I didn't want to make no assumptions. I easily could have Caselli. Okay, come on, Caselli. I'm Italian. I got to. So I didn't want to make no assumption. But he is Italian. Just go ahead. But can we give it up for him, the Italian, being versatile in African American hairstyle? You know, I damn sure just want to get up and stand up and just clap myself like that's a standing ovation in and of itself. Damn sure is. You got my respect, big dog. Damn, you got my respect. Oh, Lord Jesus, have mercy. You don't know how it make me feel for somebody that ain't to be locked in like that right there. Y'all, oh, you did that. Oh, you did that. Oh, man. Oh, man. Hey, man. Hey, look here. Look here. Look here. Look here. Look here. You know what that's like? That's like going over Mr. Caselli's house, and he tell you something like, "Oh man, I know how to fry chicken," and you be like, "Stop." Cause you know what you used to, but you don't necessarily know what he used to, and he fried, and he say, "Here, take a bite," and you take a bite, you be like, "Oh shit." That's how I feel. Oh man, thank you. Oh man, thank you. Listen, thank you. I'm gonna talk about you tonight on Friday Night Vibe. You have no idea. Let me keep up with these notes. I'm behind all of them. These people. Caselli been me. He been me. He listen. I'm sitting up here like I ain't want to make no. I ain't want to make no assumption. You see him with the Rico Suave photo, like you see got the shades pulled up on the back of his head and everything like that there yonder with the earring hanging in there. You can't tell him nothing. And you listen, you can't. You can't. All right, boy, look here. You can't. So you deserve a round of applause, Mr. Caselli. Like I said, you putting your work in. Just like I said, the hairstyles. I'm just that Lord Jesus have mercy. But anyway, because I keep talking about his artwork all day long. I could. I've never seen a bad Italian comic artist. South America is the same way. Listen, like I said, I could talk about his artwork all day long. I could. I could. Hopefully, Mr. Caselli, Hasbro Marvel Legends will put some respect on the Black Panther, on the version of Black Panther that you and Mr. Brian Hill came up with. We cannot. Hey, Hasbro, cannot wait. To get an action figure from the Ultimate Universe. Yeah. Black Panther T'Challa. Not the one from the first one. No, from this one. Okay. All right. So we got Black Panther, Ultimate Black Panther issue 1. Right. We open up. Like I said, I feel like Raw got a raw deal. See? Raw got a raw deal. You like that? Because Khonshu was the one that was instigating everything. T'Challa wake up screaming. He suffered from PTSD. We really don't know why. He suffered from PTSD. Like, no, we need to understand. He suffered from PTSD. My dog wake up with nightmares on a regular basis. This 4-man mountain didn't got to him. This 4-man mountain. So now we can ask ourselves the question, Was his line infected before he got stabbed with the blade or after? Because he was having nightmares before this. Anyway, that's when we get to see him and Okoye in separate beds. We know why that is. We know. No, we're not talking about I Love Lucy. No, that's not what we talking about. We talking about military stuff. Yeah. So we know why they in separate beds. He's overlooking Wakanda. Okay, cool. No problem. Like I said, he meet up with his dad. You know, you got them. I want to say that was Faxel and Anon with the mask on. I'm just gonna tell y'all right now. I'm still in my feelings about not knowing what was going on with Faxel and Anon. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that. Just gonna go ahead and say that. Especially considering I'm thinking they the ones that told him what was going on. I'm thinking they were the ones that told him what was going on with Ra and Khonshu. So they never mind. Never mind. So we get T'Chaka chopping it up with his son. Hey, you need to go holler at the Vodou Khan. Then we get him come. That's that nice picture. That outfit that everybody and their mama want. Like everybody and their mama want that jacket. The jacket he got. Everybody and their mama want. Every dude that I know that's a Black Panther fan, like, man, I need that. Can I get that? Can, not in action figure form. We good with it if we get it in action figure form, but can we get the outfit? Once again, Mr. Caselli. His version of Shuri, bam, liking that, loving that, and everything like that. And I think if we look back at it, he's got her in blue. Might that not be an ode to her griot form from the 616 universe? Just thought I'd throw that out there. But definitely got that. The hairstyle, Okoye's outfit was absolutely lovely. I would love to see, you know what? I would love to see a Stefano Caselli Hellfire Gala outfit for T'Challa, Aurora, Shuri, Okoye, the great, the Queen Mother Ramunda. I need to see that. I think, Let me keep up with these notes though, cause y'all pulled up. Y'all ain't got to be in here. Y'all doing me a favor. Y'all doing me a favor. Yeah, we still got D. Steezel, Grand Madam Tarot in here. Steezel said, Italian artists don't play. Listen, man. He did the doggone thing now. He did the doggone. I ain't never seen. I'm not saying I be looking at Okoye, but I ain't never seen Okoye look like that, folks. I ain't never seen that. Then we get the middle of the book and we got Abini. We get having a conversation with Princess Shuri. We do. And we see basically they on the parade deck. Those of us that are prior service, current service, we know what a parade deck is. I don't want y'all thinking it's there for parades. I don't want y'all thinking that. That's kind of like that whole field day thing. Hey, we got field day next Wednesday. We do. We looking forward to it. No, you're not. No, you're not. They feel they mean something completely different. Anyway, we got Shuri. Shuri is feeling like they need to be bout it with Khonshu and Ra. Ebony like, hey, your brother gonna see what it looked like first. He don't want to just go to war before you bust a blood vessel. How about you just go build something else? Now I understand there was some that had a issue with that because they viewed it as Shuri being the tech genius. I don't think that applies in this particular instance. She is the war general. She's the war general. That would be her responsibility. It could have been a dude. It could have been Achilles. It would have been his responsibility. So I understand how some folks might feel like that was taken away from his technological genius. I don't look at it as technological. I look at it as part of her duties as the war general to make sure they had the best weapons. So I get that. I'm just throwing that out there. Understand everybody might not feel that way, and that's okay. We can absolutely agree on that. Absolutely agree on that. So we get a, what do we get? Another run in with the forces of, can we just say Khonshu? Can we stop saying Raw? Because I don't want to do that. Like, what's going on? What's going on? My brother D Real has pulled up in the building. He can draw very distinct looking ethnic. He can draw very distinct looking ethnicity, specifically women. You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong. I left highly impressed. Highly impressed. So we get that. We also get Killmonger popping up. Eric. I like this version of Eric. I like the version of Eric. And when I say I like this version of Eric, the style, if you will, the character design of Eric, I like it. I like it. And I'm of the mindset, the mask that Eric has on, while it doesn't necessarily play into it because of how his locks flow, I'm almost of the mindset that's an ode to two things. One, Eric did have on a golden jaguar mask in the Black Panther movie. Two, this looks like something white tiger-ish, if you will. Specifically, we're talking about Casper. We'll be talking about the Casper Cole version of the White Tiger and not the Hector Ayala version of T'Challa. So I'm going to say Hector Ayala version of White Tiger. And Eric has a axe that he can throw. Like Thor. And it come back without cutting him in half. That's impressive. That's impressive. That's impressive. That's impressive. And him and Aurora got this thing where they, how they say what the X-Men was doing and everything, the circuit, if you will. He throw the axe, she strike it, it gets charged up. Lord have mercy, you don't want to be in this path when it get, yeah, they got that. So we got Aurora. They supposed to have a child. Not Eric and Aurora, Eric and T'Challa. I think we waited a long, long time to get that child. Have mercy, Lord have mercy. Amen, amen. I think we waited a long time to get the child. That was the payoff. We wanted the child. But we get Eric here and everything like that. We get T'Chaka talking, and yeah, we gonna holler at you. That R.I.P. to T'Chaka. It was and T'Challa. We know we don't talk about it, but do we know how far he fell? This his suit. We ain't saying nobody else designed his suit. This his suit. They was up there. I'm saying they was up there. And my buddy was falling back first, flipped mid-air, and landed on his feet. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Like, that's all I'm saying. I ain't saying. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying. But anyway, R.I.P. to T'Chaka. T'Chaka being deleted has pushed T'Chaka. Remember I said, they like, hey, T'Challa want to figure stuff out first before he just declare war. Well, that act right there was that was it. Grand Madam Tarot would call that a call to action, if you will, which T'Chaka's deletion has by and large always been a call to action for T'Challa. But that's what we got. That's what we got. You got the setup. You're told about a traitor. I don't know who we feeling. How many were thinking it was going to be a Okoye Vice? How many thinking it was going to be Shorty? How many thought it was going to be a Okoye Vice? How many thought it was going to be Shorty? So we got that, and then we go to issue 2. We go to issue 2. I say we're doing this thing in 4 chapters. Yeah, we're gonna try and speed up the pace a little bit because we don't do this. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comment section about issue 1. Overall, in regards to issue 1, I think it was okay. It's great. It's a nice little setup. I got new characters. I got the Voodoo Khan. Got some great artwork. All right. I got new character designs for Eric, Okoye, Shuri, T'Challa. Okay, all right. New character design for the Black Panther. Okay. T'Chaka get deleted at the end. I'm not surprised. I'm just not surprised. I want to be surprised, but I ain't. I was very much interested in the character, Ebony, if you will. The name, unusual, if you will. Her physical stature, I was interested in that. The 2 spies, Faxel and Anon, if you will. I was interested in seeing their story arc, where they're going. They're there. They see the forces of Khonshu. No, I'm not doing that. Of Khonshu. Like I said, Rob was over there chilling. The forces of Khonshu beset a village. They go back and let T'Challa know what the leak read. Okay. We got Wakanda coming together at the end. Boom. I'm picking up the setup. We get to issue 2. We got a cover. Covers don't always tell us what's going to happen, right? We see T'Challa. We see Shuri looking like they finna put hands on Khonshu and Raw. I don't think Shuri put hands on nobody. Except maybe Okoye. As a matter of fact, I think if we being honest, I think we saw, and we don't talk about it like that. We don't talk about it like that. But I think we could say Shuri had folks putting hands on her almost like they was putting hands on T'Challa in a 15-issue run. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Anyway, we got that cover. Of course, that battle never comes. T'Challa's having another nightmare again. Mind you, we got to say this. We got to point this out. Problem. If there was one. This issue takes place figuratively and literally 30 days after the first issue. 30 days after the first issue. So Wakanda has been at war for 30 days. It's been 30 days since T'Chaka was assassinated. Now, so when we're looking at the story and we're thinking about how it played out, let's take this in. Look, well, let's keep this in mind. This story literally plays out over a 2-year period. Now, here's the part about the story playing out over a 2-year period. It doesn't mean each issue plays out over 30 days. See the problem with that? It don't mean every issue represents 30 days. Every issue could represent 1 day out of 30. 2 days out of 30. But we just need to know these issues 30 days apart. So keep that in mind. Think about that, if you will. Let me keep up with these notes. D. Steezel, love the vibes. Come, bro, didn't he do it? Didn't he do it? Hey, manifested. Anyway, my brother T'Challa, wake up. It's been 30 days. Okoye let him know folks scared of you and everything like that. I don't know why you should, because once again, he been having nightmares. So was he infected with this before he got stabbed, or has this always been here? Like, which one is it? Was it after he got stabbed, or has it always been here? We know he was been having nightmares before he got stabbed. Right. And so that's got people terrified of him. Him and Okoye chopping it up. Their marriage is not necessarily one of love, it's of obligation. She used to be the head Dora herself in this particular universe. And we all know the history of the Doors, the reason why they were founded, retcon or not, we do. Everybody's chopping it up. Y'all agree with my brother D-Real and everything like that. Showing Steezel all the love in the world for the animation. Definitely do that. So the Voodoo Khan tells T'Challa, because we got T'Challa meeting with him in this particular issue. A woman of the light will come to him and bear him a child. A woman of the light will come to him and bear him a child. Can we fast forward a little bit? Can we fast forward a little bit to them at the cabin? I'm going to insert a word. A woman of the light will come to him. A woman of the light will come on to him. Because that's what she did. She came on to him. Okoye came on the air. So is that how you pictured it going down? Or when you read this, knowing that he was already married to Okoye, did you think it was going to play out where he and Aurora were going to fall in love with one another? Shout out to my brother, Second Street Mark. I don't want to say that. Hold on. My fellow Devil Dog and everything like that, because we talked about this today. He was like, man, I was in my feelings. I'm glad you covered it, big dog. I'm in my feelings about how the story ended up. And I get that, because it might have been how you felt it was going to play out, what you had in your mind. So I totally get this. Oh yeah, Flash by Night Marvel. Shout out to my brother, my fellow Devil Dog and everything like that. His comment was on the video, the comic book review I did today. I gotta let that ending marinate. I don't know how to feel just yet. So I'm gonna ask a question because we can bounce back and forth. How did you get what you thought you was gonna get? That's what I'm asking. Did you get what you thought you was gonna get? Because I know you be like, the lady of the light, huh? All right. Is that gonna be Aurora? And if that's gonna be Aurora, how? He married. Something finna happen to Okoye? She just finna be bass out, huh? They finna fall in love. They finna be the new king and queen of Wakanda. They finna have the child and everything finna be happily ever after. I think regardless of what ending we were looking at, more than a few of us were looking at a happily ever after ending. I can't necessarily say we got that. You know how you feel. The whole seriously actually feels rushed. Okay, my brother Daryl says it feels rushed. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. It does suffer a pacing issue. It does. It suffers a pacing issue. If I'm looking at it objectively, one of the things I learned as a writer was you have to have your beginning, your ending, and your middle set up. Your beginning has to get you to the middle gets you to the end. You can't, and I'm not saying that's what he did here, you can't shortchange the middle of the story for the ending of the story. Every part has to be impactful. And so I said pacing. Let me see. 24 issues wasn't enough to tell this tale. If I'm going with what you're saying, and I think where you're leading to and everything like that, there was definitely more meat on the bone. There was definitely more meat on the bone. Like there's definitely more story to be told. There's more, which in 24 issues, like I said, that whole pacing thing, each issue is 30 days away from the other one. So this is actually this story takes place in the Ultimate Universe over a 24-month period. Aurora wasn't even pregnant for 24 months. Like, she wasn't even pregnant for 9. Like, she wasn't pregnant for 9. No, they came and got that child quick. So you get that. So, but I'm gonna go back to the question, okay? Like I said, I think we both agree pacing was an issue. I think we all can agree pacing was felt off. I'm not gonna say it was an issue. I'm gonna say pacing felt off. Aurora and T'Challa, was that the way you thought it was going to play out? Was that the way you thought it was going to play out? And of course, later on in this issue, we get the Dora Milaje and the Voodoo and the forces of Khonshu at war. How do we feel about that? How do we feel about that? The Doras, all women. How do we feel about that? Because this scene has played itself out in the MCU as well as the comics. How do you feel about that? Women, not saying they can't do it, right? But women from an African nation, no man in sight. Even though they have men in the military, they're at war with the forces of Khonshu and Ra, which are all men. If not, they look like it. We could say, well, hold on, got a call here from my daughter here. I told her to watch Willie, asked her to watch Willie's World. Hey girl.
Hey.
Hey, you okay?
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch Willie's World?
First off, it's called Willy's Wonderland.
Okay, I made that wrong.
Second, yes.
Did you like it?
I was not entertained at all, actually.
She said she wasn't. I asked her to watch Willy's Wonderland. She said she wasn't entertained. You get Daddy a few, girl. Daddy's doing a live. I'll call you back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I love you, princess.
No, you too.
All right. I got her to watch Willy's Wonderland. She said that she didn't like it. I think she went in with the mind. I could be wrong. I think she went in with the mindset she wasn't gonna like it. But anyway, so we got this. I got to ask the question again. Because I'm a Black Panther fan. And I know the men and women put hands on you in Wakanda. And here we are, MCU, Ultimate Universe, and even when we talk about Black Panther, the latest run, which if we're talking about the latest run, we've seen soldiers, people from Wakanda fight. Well, if we're not talking about an intergalactic empire, that would be JR's run. Well, we saw the Hatu after T'Challa. And who do we see fighting with T'Challa? The Doras, Shuri, and Aurora. That's becoming a recurring thing. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. Anyway, we get T'Challa. He got his own little personalized ship. Everybody hollering for Wakanda, and everything like that. That's a nice ship. Be nice. That's his own personalized ship. He step out. The Doras kneel, and it's about to go left. It's about to go left. There's somebody mysterious talking to Khonshu and Ra. I guess we'll go ahead and assume that's Shuri, since we do know, verified, she was the traitor to them. They call a round circle. T'Challa got everybody there at the round circle. Everybody, 2 Doras, Faxel and Anon, Shuri and Okoye. That's what we got at the round table. He's telling them, I need Faxel and Anon to watch over Shuri and Okoye. And we do have it verified in this issue that Faxel and Anon were the ones that were spying in issue 1. So we get that. Faxel, protect my wife, your queen. Anon, protect my sister. Ain't seen him since. Ain't seen him since. Later on, T'Challa goes on a mission, if you will. He's going to investigate what's going on with Khonshu and Ra. His signal, his ship gets hit. Shorty loses the signal. He touches down on the ground. Yes, this uniform has the vibranium effects. It can absorb kinetic energy. The forces of Khonshu and Ra firing on him. Here come Aurora. He look up. Woman made of light. Woman made of light. So far as he's concerned, that's who he got. That's the woman of light right there, Aurora. Ask the question again, did the story play out the way we thought it would? Daryl said she was pregnant for 5 minutes. Boy. You're like, good Lord have mercy. It's a 2-year story. She only pregnant for 5 minutes. All right. Man, I ain't writing it. Beautiful cover artwork again. Like I said, love the character design. Aurora and Eric, it tells us into Aurora and Killmonger. Like that. Like that. What do we get in issue 3? Let's see what we get in issue 3 real quick. We get a shorty out there battling a battle droid. We get her and Okoye squaring off because Okoye like, you ain't telling me some stuff. Shorty like, I don't know who you talking to, dog. Like, you been out the game for a minute. Square up then. They square up. And this will be the only time we see Shorty beat somebody. This will be the only time she beats somebody. She helps Okoye up. T'Challa and Eric are developing a relationship. Yeah, that's crazy. They say keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. That's what they say. They out there elk hunting. Eric and T'Challa chopping it up. T'Challa trying to figure out where Eric head at, what's going on with him. Eric trying to figure out the same thing for T'Challa, because Eric got something he want to tell T'Challa. Him and Aurora know about this place. They go to this place where we see it's a Panther Mount. Some statues outside look like they praying. They walk inside. He and Eric, they can only go so far before they need to descend down. Can't either one of them fly. Here come Aurora. Here come Aurora. She picks up a piece of vibranium, drops it. It lights the well way up so they can descend. They descend down. Yeah. Walk through some more tunnels where we see various other vibranium fragments going through. And that's when they step into the chamber and they see this big green. Or with a whole bunch of skeletons standing around like they was exposed to it for far too long. This is the element that they don't know what this is. But it does for organics what vibranium does for non-organics. Okay. Nice story. I felt like it was a filler at the time. I still feel like it was a little bit of a filler. And I guess if I had to look back at this, like I said, 24 issues, 2-year time frame. If I'm gonna break this up in the chapters, which it could be, trade paperback, 4 trade paperbacks, 6 issues long, I could definitely do that. If I speed up and I get to issue 6, what does issue 6 tell me? Because this will be 6 months into the game. If I go 6 months into the game, let's see what do we get to reveal for issue 6. Issue 6, we got West Africa, okay. We got Khonshu, being Khonshu, like I said, Raw was just along for the ride. We got Khonshu, he wants to show people that he's him. So he heals a sick child. He also builds his own organic fortress using the element, the green element, if you will. Shorty's letting it be known she don't really trust Eric, but T'Challa does. In this issue, we see Eric and Aurora. Yeah, that's what that is. And then we get a good look at the brand new facility. Y'all like that? The brand new facility that the Element has built for Khonshu and Ra, because he there too. Khonshu dons his outfit. He goes the way. We find out there's a mining refactory in West Africa. His forces go after it. All this is just to lure T'Challa out, which it does. It lures T'Challa out. He goes in there, making it do what it's going to do. And this is one of the times we get to see T'Challa putting feet on people. One of the several times. Because I think we started a running joke. T'Challa love putting his foot in folks' mouth. Yeah. T'Challa put hands on feet on Khonshu. And I know me and Daryl talked about it. Saying, bro, you don't kick nobody in their mouth like that. And when they say, all right, I'm gonna holler at you, you know they coming back with a problem. Well, you know what? Can I ask the question? Did Khonshu live up to the hype? He was talking tough to his brother about what he was gonna do. He did. He talked big talk about what he was gonna do to his brother. But did Khonshu ever live up to the hype? If you asking me, he's supposed to be a big bad. At least one of the bosses. He's supposed to be a boss. Like if I'm looking at the bosses in this book, we got Khonshu. Like I said, can't say Raw. We got Khonshu. And then we got the progenitor. Them would be the bosses in this 24 issue run over a 2-year period. 2 bosses. So was that enough? Was that enough? Let's go back. When do we get the appearance of Enon? Oh, she ain't in it yet. Enon. Yay, nay, mo, less. Served a purpose. Didn't serve a purpose. We get Enon in what issue did she pop up? 11? That would be the issue before the last comic book to the second chapter or the second trade paperback. So, what are we thinking? Let me see here. I got Daryl saying she wasn't pregnant. She was only pregnant for 5 minutes. Yeah, she wasn't pregnant. She wasn't pregnant that long for long. You got issue 7, issue 8, issue 9, issue 10. Ain't no child yet. Ain't no child yet. Get issue 11. Why do we need, oh, what was the purpose? Because I think every character, regardless of how we felt about whether or not they should have been used more or less, I think every character served a purpose. I think every character served a purpose if you look at it. I can want Faxel and Anon to come back, but what purpose did they serve? They were the 2 spies. That was their purpose. I could want more from Enon, but what was her purpose? To be able to bring T'Challa back from the progenitor, that alternate reality. That was her purpose. That was her purpose. Okay. Now this is when I get, we needed somebody to be a betrayer. Because if Shorty was the one that betrayed, how do we feel about that? Was there some angst there when she did it? Did she even look remorseful? When we found out she betrayed and T'Challa found out he betrayed, I'm gonna have to talk to you later. I ain't got time right now. What's the emotional response to that? Like, as a reader, what do you take from that? You got to reveal she was a traitor, but was there a consequence for her being a traitor? Either way or the other. Do you feel like there should have been something? And this is when I go back to when Daryl said, there should have been more. Okay, you get Okoye and Aurora looking at each other in the last issue, addressing each other by title and name. And I think somebody hit me up today say we need a final issue to wrap this up. Because where's the next place you're gonna see T'Challa? Supposedly when they take on the Maker, but it won't be in Black Panther. And so then you have to ask yourself, how Wakanda-centric will those stories be in regards to resolving unanswered questions in the series that you may have as a fan of the story? So you got Inan. Her physical body has been destroyed. What role is she going to play, if any, in the upcoming ultimate crossover with the Maker? I don't know. And let's take a look at issue 12, because I believe issue 12 to be the final showdown, if you will, between Khonshu and T'Challa. Let's take a look. And we all know what was going on, right? T'Challa wanted to put hands on him. T'Challa like, bro, I ain't got nothing but smoke for you. I ain't got nothing but smoke for you. I want to put hands on you, big dog. Like, I really want to see about you, big dog. I really want to. Yes, because in this issue, if not for Inan, T'Challa deletes Khonshu. That was the boss of the first 12 issues. The big boss. Khonshu was. Was that final fight worth it? Did that final fight? Because it was just T'Challa and Khonshu. Hey, what you want to do? What you want to do? Send me to Addy. Say less. I'm pulling up. T'Challa pulled up. Everybody and their mama was there. They had to get T'Challa up off that dude. It wasn't even a fight. That's the whole thing. You read it. It wasn't no fight. But it hadn't been no fight between them. T'Challa struggled more with Khonshu's henchmen than he did with Khonshu at any point in time. So 24 issue run, 12 issues. This is the boss battle right here. Did it pay off for you? Did it give you what you were looking for? That's all I'm asking. If you found it satisfactory, you found it satisfactory. If you didn't like it, you didn't like it. If you liked it, you like it. I'm just asking, how did you feel? Because that would be the boss battle. The big boss battle for 12 issues. It was Khonshu. In my opinion, Ultimate Avengers, or the Ultimates, if you will. Early on, Iron Lad, they put that team together. We got a She-Hulk. She great. They think they want the smoke. They think they want the smoke. They think they want the smoke with the Hulk. They think they want the smoke. I'm going to say one more time. They think they want the smoke with the Hulk. No, you don't. No, you don't. No. And we all know, shout out to my brother Daryl, we know how that story played out. No, you don't. Okay. Early on in the Ultimates. Early on, you got Thor. You know who had Thor in critical condition? It was Brian from the UK. Stabbed Buddy with a sword and just left him bleeding. They're like, oh Lord, we about to lose before we get started. I never felt like Khonshu was that type of threat to T'Challa. I never felt that. I never got that sense. I don't know if you did. I don't know if you did. But I never got that sense that Khonshu was a threat to T'Challa. I just never did. I just never did. And so we get that first 12 issue run. Like I said, the end of it is T'Challa putting hands, and he about to let it. Boy, look, you better be glad Anon got there when she did. Listen, you can say whatever you want to say about this run. What you cannot say is T'Challa wasn't about that life. Because you saw it, he about to get him up out of there. And you can say, oh, well, he was influenced by the progenitors. He's still about to get him up out of there. That means he still had the capability. The only person stopping T'Challa from doing that would have been, oh, he about to do him. So, yeah, if you can't say you like nothing else. So, I guess I got to take these down. I don't know how I feel about that. Taking down the wall, man, that's crazy. Take down my own little personal hot toots that I say. Just get right here. So we got 13, 14, 16, yeah. You're gonna do it like that. Here we go. All right. Yeah. Chapter 3 or the next 3. The third segment of this. What we got? Issue 13. T'Challa like, damn. I talk to myself when there is no one to talk to. That's what he doing. He talking to himself. The progenitors are in his brain. But now, how long have they been there? I'm going to ask this question again. I'll make the statement. He been having nightmares since the first issue. So when we find out in issue 24 that he's infected, is it because he was stabbed with the blade, or has his line always been infected? Remember, T'Chaka was the one saying, you need to go holler at the Voodoo Khan. You need to go holler at the Voodoo Khan. So and he had them nightmares. So my question would be, is this something he always suffered from, or is this something relatively new? Anyway, issue 13 would be our third trade paperback, right? And Khonshu and Raw. I feel so bad for Raw. Like, I swing on Khonshu. Like, Khonshu is in his battle armor. That didn't do him no damn good. And Raw is in his two-piece suit. I'd be swinging on Khonshu. Anyway, they both locked up. How do we get Anon? I don't know if I covered this. If you've been reading it, you know they went on their excursion and everything like that. Eric, Aurora, T'Challa, they went to go find Anon because they needed a magician to help them with this stuff and everything. So they went and found him. So, and I like this character design. I'm gonna say that one more time. I like this character design of the Sorcerer Supreme Anon, and I'm just gonna say, Mr. Caselli, I can tell you be studying women's hair. You do. You be studying women's hair. But hair, makeup, eyeshadow, mascara, you damn. You don't cheat the detail, do you? You don't cheat the process at all, do you? You be right. But I'm looking at Anon right here. I'm like, ball fade. Like, it's just cut straight cross. Like, she got the bang hanging over her left eye too. I'm just gonna let you know that you part of this. You part of it. Let me keep up with these notes. I'm trying my best. I appreciate y'all who pulled up and everything like that. Those of y'all who didn't, I get it. I understand. Got other stuff to do. So we see T'Challa Now, see, here's the doggos thing. I got T'Challa walking up to the facility that the element created. Y'all go back and look at issue 13 because it's crazy. So, one, you gonna notice the folks that's captured. Man mountain one of them, locks and everything like that. They on the ground. They kneeling. They can't. Yeah, they tied up. With T'Challa walking up on the facility, he got a gang of military with him. Ain't none of them doors. Just stay right. What's the door's number one job? Right. We don't see men fighting nowhere unless they fight for the other side. But here, he got to walk up on the facility, not a door in sight, dudes all over the place. Okay. Protect the throne. Yes, ma'am. That's their number one job. This wasn't war they were at. This is just him walking up on the facility. Okay. Okay. Anyway, he has the element. Him and Enon are examining it. She's trying to figure out what it is. Next thing you know, she makes a mistake, realizes that the element is sentient. We shift scenes. We see Aurora and Eric laid up. I hear Chris Brown in the back of my mind singing a song. I'm not going to say what it is. Anyway, so Enon then messed around and summoned the progenitor. It really don't speak English. T'Challa, of course, puts feet on it. Because that's what he do throughout this whole series. Put feet on people. Hands, But you guaranteed to get a foot to the mouth. So T'Challa puts feet on the mouth. Progenitor like, you tried me, I ain't that one. He come back for round 2. Kick T'Challa out of the building. Does. T'Challa falls on the about to. Aurora catches him. Progenitor hit the ground. He stand up smiling. Damn. Because he fell from a great distance. I just want to talk. Fell from a great distance. Aurora lights him up. His response is to blow up every facility that's got vibranium in it. That's his response. That's if you got vibranium on you, yeah, that's his response. So T'Challa goes on the attack. Now see, this a boss battle right here now. This issue 13. This a boss battle. Cause it ain't going easy for your homeboy. No. Him and Aurora got to get in on it. He ain't need no help. We can't shoot. This dude right here, very next issue. Enon got to get involved in it. Yeah, she got to get involved in it. And what does she do? Just get him the hell on up out of there. Let me send you someplace else. We can't do nothing with you on this plane of reality. Let me get you on up out of here. That was issue 13. Which one seemed like the boss battle to you? Issue 13 or issue 12? You picking up the third trade paperback and you looking like, Lord, have mercy, Jesus. I ain't saying, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Then, of course, issue 14 is a little bit more of that same battle. Issue 15, that's what it is. And I really want to say issue 16. No. When do I think we get the payoff that we think we wanted that we wasn't getting? Let's see here. When is Aurora with child? That's the question we want to know. When does Aurora become with child? Because as we said, that didn't take long at all. You look 1 minute, next thing you know, that's what that was. Child of the light. So let's see here. We're going to go back, take a look at it. Trying to navigate here. Nope, that ain't it. I want to make sure I get this. Let me see here. Where we at on the notes? Make sure I'm being responsible. Let's see. Got 6 people in here. So yeah, I want to say the child comes into play. I don't think it's issue 21. Let me see here. Give me 1 second. Is it issue 22? No, it's got to be issue 20. It's about 9. He done already got with Aurora. So yeah, issue 22. When we see Aurora going into labor, I apologize for it taking so long. Issue 22. Aurora goes into labor. She want the child. Like I said, Flash by Night Marvel was not sure how he felt about the ending, and I get it, and I'm going to go ahead and fast forward to that because I think issue 24, more than enough of us read that issue, felt some type of way about that issue, and I wanted to give some clarification on how I felt about the series overall and that issue. You wanted a happy ending. You didn't get it. You wanted T'Challa and Aurora together, happily ever after. You didn't get it. You wanted T'Challa and Aurora to have a child. You didn't get it. You wanted T'Challa's story to not be tragic. You didn't get it. You didn't get it. I understand that. I get that. I get that. You did get something different, but in getting something different, you also got some stuff that was the same. I get that. I think it's one of those things where you kind of have to keep chopping at the wood, letting it be known what you want from the character. As Black Panther fans, we're not the only fan group that's not getting what they want from that same staff. Spider-Man fans feel some type of way. I know Miles Morales fans will probably be feeling some type of way in the next couple of months. Storm fans might be getting ready to start feeling some type of way. But it's not just exclusive to T'Challa. It's just more frequency with Black Panther. I think there was more meat on the bone left. And I want to be clear when I say this. I enjoyed the story. I liked it. I liked it. Now, have I read worse stories? Yes. Have I read better stories? Yes. But I liked it. Does it move the needle for me in regards to the character? Well, this universe is going to come to an end. So then the question would be, are there any takeaways from this universe that I would like to see play out in the 616? I don't know. The sentient vibranium would be nice, but okay, where we go from there? Because that's the first thing I have to ask myself as a reader. What are the writers trying to do with this particular character? Let me see. Yeah. Steezel in the building. What's going on? Appreciate that, Steezel. Yes, please do hit the lights. So, I think that's like you got meat on the bone there, because you got Aurora and Eric are definitely smashing before then, and just I don't know. She and T'Challa jump into bed with each other. She approached him first. Okoye kind of feeling Eric, but they don't do nothing. So now who was weak and who was strong? Because it looked like Eric was able to say, I know you want to give me the cookie, but I'm good. I'm good. And it's not because I'm locked in with Aurora. It's because you're a married woman. T'Challa, I'm a married man. I can't say no. Okay. All right. It's not the same, but somebody could say it's similar. It's not the same, but somebody could say it's similar. At the end of JR's run, T'Challa is exiled from Wakanda. That's not something you want to walk away from at the end of a Black Panther run. And that's what it was, the end of a Black Panther run. Well, at the end of this Black Panther run, you know at some point T'Challa is going to become a vessel, a tool of an evil entity, and Eric is going to have to delete him. And that's honorable. Now, I get it. I understand. I don't necessarily know if that's as a Black Panther fan, if I'm looking at this overall, and I think some folks will understand, some folks won't. You're sitting there and you're looking at this. The character gets thrown over Warriors Falls by Eric in the first movie. The character gets snapped in Avengers Infinity War. In the second movie, that nobody from the recast tree asked to be made, nobody asked for a sequel, he was deleted by an unknown illness. In the comic books, when he did have a solo run, it ended at 15 issues with him being exiled. Mind you, that run comes on the heels of a 24-issue run, 25-issue run, if I'm not mistaken, where he's now the emperor of an intergalactic empire. So at the end of Ta-Nehisi Coates' run, regardless of whether that run came to an end or not, you're feeling pretty good about where the character is headed. The character's been set up on solid foundation. You're like, okay, cool, let's rock and roll. That foundation gets torn down in a span of 15 issues. Hell, 4 or 5 if you could ask some people. Then you get the X-Men 97 thing. And folks like to say these are isolated events. Yeah, they could be, except these are all isolated events surrounding the same character. What for? You had the character not be in X-Men 97, and they insert his father in there. Meanwhile, the showrunner for the Fantastic Four is telling you that episode was based around, that was T'Challa. Shout out to the brother. So you got the studio deliberately exiling the character in damn near every medium. The entertainment company. You're a Black Panther fan. At what point are you supposed to feel good about how your character's being represented? Even with J.M. McKay's Avengers run, you're like, all right, issue 1, he the most dangerous man alive. Appreciate it, good looking. He disappears for a few issues, like 5 or 6. He plays no role in what is it, Doom, One World Under Doom. He plays no role. And the thing is really, he don't play a role. He don't play a role in a crossover series unless something effed up is finna happen to Wakanda. Let's go. Avengers X-Men. Infinity. What happened to each one of them? Wakanda got to get decimated. That's when he popped, because he did not pop up in Avengers versus X-Men versus Eternals. He didn't pop up. And he didn't pop up here. So now you see, and mind you, it's crazy. He got a 60th anniversary issue coming out. He ain't even finna pop up in that. So if you're a Black Panther fan, yeah, these are all individual instances, but they're all individual instances surrounding the same dadgum character. These ain't instances surrounding every Black Panther. Shuri not having these problems. T'Chaka not having these problems. Mamadou Fall not having these problems. Mosi not having these problems. No. It's T'Challa. It's almost enough to want someone that can get an answer to ask either Brevoort or Sobolski, what's the problem? Why this dude got to always have an unfortunate ending? Why this dude can't maintain a monthly comic? This dude has a dedicated fan base. What you mean? I don't know. The 24 issue run for me was okay. I think last night I said I gave it 6.5 out of 10. I did, and that means, yeah, would I buy it again if I didn't know what was going on? Yeah. Would I keep reading it? I kept reading it. He was able to keep me entertained because I wanted to know more. I think by and large, whether we like the ending or not, I think we want more. I think we want more. But it's coming to an end. And mind you, we know how the sales go. Issue 1 gets you issue 6. Issue 6 gets you issue 13. Issue 14 gets you... My bad. I said that wrong. Issue 1 gets you issue 6. Issue 6 gets you issue 11. Issue 11 gets you issue 16. So yeah, you got to knock it out the park. So when you know you got to knock it out the park like that, I know there's already trade paperbacks that have been released on this comic book series. And I'm trying to get out of this thing where I compare writers. I don't necessarily think that's fair. But I know what I like. I know what I'm accustomed to. So this was it was all right. I've read worse. I've read worse. So I don't know what your thoughts are. Let me know in the comment section how you feel about it. Would you recommend the 24 issue series to somebody to read? I think that goes a long way in with it as well. If we had to say, these are two different characters. So if I'm gonna compare writers, I'm gonna compare Blade to Black Panther, written by the same person. Blade was nice. But those are two different characters, so I don't know what the expectation was from the editorial department in regards to how those characters are supposed to be written and portrayed. So that is it. I'm out. Hit the like button. We coming back to you. Lord, I'm going to try and come back to you later on today. Me and my brother Daryl and everything like that. We're going to come back to y'all later on today. We vibing. And we know what you mean. You know what I mean when we say that, right? Bring with you. Pull up on my brother channel. We're going to be over there 9:30 Eastern Standard Time tonight. That said, we out. Be careful. It is the weekend. I want to be able to do this again. In the meantime, in between time till next time. And remember the late, great Don Cornelius and Chadwick Boseman. I wish each and every last one of you love, peace, and so, yeah.